Well, hop on to my flying Nimbus, because we really should get going.
You mean I can actually ride on this thing without falling?
Well, sure, but you do have to have a pure heart.
Oh, that's okay. When your dad's the Ox King, you always behave well.
I'ma kick back and have a good time. Drama free, that's how I live my life. Inhale high, enjoying the vibes. Got no time for bullshit in my life. I'ma kick back and have a good time. Drama free, that's how I live my life. Inhale high, enjoying the vibe. Got no time for bullshit in my life. Super Saiyan with this flow. Like Vegeta, my heart stay cold. Smoking on that Saiyan dope. Feeling like I'm on a Nimbus cloud, yo. I just want it all, I just wanna ball. Wanna go to the mall, not care about the cost. Puffin' on the dopest dope, in a sweet or raw. Hella high, singing catchy songs. My mind stay floating, smoking on this potent. Got my mind constantly going, has me going slow motion. Wanna be sipping Arizona tea, rolling up the finest weed. In San Diego, by the beach, living how I should be. I'm just trying to live my life, so my blunt and stay lit. Stuck to the drama, that's my mindset. Feeling good, just vibing. You can catch me smiling. I'm up in the clouds, I'm flying. Got no time for no bullshit or lying. I'ma kick back and have a good time. Drama free, that's how I live my life. Inhale high, enjoying the vibes. Got no time for bullshit in my life. I'ma kick back and have a good time. Drama free, that's how I live my life. Inhale high, enjoying the vibe. Got no time for bullshit in my life. Let's go, man. Fuck all that drama shit. Take me to my paradise with some video games, give me some double cheeseburgers, give me some good ass weed, and let's go.
All right, here we are. So we had a lot of stuff going on just these past few weeks. So a lot of legal matters, which I can't even talk about right now because it's still happening. But as soon as I get past this situation, I'm going to definitely go into detail because I feel like this story and what happened to me, it needs to get out to the people. Like, yo, like this has probably happened to somebody else, or this is going to happen to somebody else. And I was blindsided. Like, I really didn't expect it. So that's why, like, once I'm past this, I will talk about it in full detail. But I wanted to keep the ball rolling because, look, I want to keep pumping out content. At this point, I feel like, all right, am I doing this for me? I guess I am. This is like therapeutic, right? Maybe one person, two people can listen and, you know, get some type of entertainment, maybe just hear a different voice, get some type of interaction, some type of connection, right? So that's happening on the other end. But far as me, I get a chance to kind of get these ideas and get what's happening out to the people, get it out to you guys. So hopefully maybe you can learn from my mistakes and do things different. Or if you feel like, yo, that was good, so I'm going to do it the same way. So either way, however, there's, I guess, the interpretation or the relationship, the transaction, however the transaction goes, is good. It's good. So with that being said, we're going to get into this week's episode because I just have to move past it until I get through it legally. Once it's finished, then I can really talk about it. But anyway, this episode we're going to actually play my collabo with Esteban. We did a Batman, so Tim Burton's Batman 3. right? So we get into that. We kind of talk about it. I pitch my idea, but we're actually going to do another episode where Esteban pitches his idea and his modifications on whatever I came up with. But at the same time, I do take some input from him. So this is going to be a good episode. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed this conversation. And this is a conversation. This is like one of those, the greatest of all times. This is like one of those, okay, if Michael Jordan in his prime and Kobe in his prime and LeBron in his prime and just everybody that's great in their prime, what if, right? Muhammad Ali in his prime versus George Foreman in his prime. Because even though Muhammad Ali beat Foreman, he wasn't in prime Cassius Clay fashion. Like, he wasn't there. So would that have been different? And we got to remember that George Foreman was being trained by Sonny Liston, who lost to Cassius Clay, right? So that whole game plan, like just everything about that fight would be different if Muhammad Ali was in his prime. And that's not to say that Muhammad Ali would win or Muhammad Ali would lose, but that fight would definitely be different because when they fought, Muhammad Ali wasn't in his prime, right? So that's the type of conversation that we're about to have right now. We're about to have, okay, what if Tim Burton, the man who brought superhero, who really put some spec on the superhero genre in their name. Because those Superman movies, like, I'm not going front, those were really good. Those were good in the 80s. And I wanted, like, look, this is up for debate. I'm not trying to trash them because I liked all of them except, what was it? Was it Superman 4 when he, like, the son, the nuclear guy? You know, I can't really remember. But I remember that as a kid thinking, like, oh, man, this is some real trash. Like, I remember as a kid, like, man, this is some bullshit, man. Like, come on, this is all y'all got. Like, yo, y'all running out of ideas. Like, I felt that as a kid. So, you know, if that came out today with our awareness and just everything, I don't know how that would hold up. So that's the fourth Superman. But I think 1, 2, and 3, I think those will hold up. But I can't even really remember because I kind of start to blend them all together, right? Which I think, which one was it where he had the, what's the guy's name? Freaking. The 3, Zod and the gang, right? I don't even know which one was that. I don't know if that was 2 or 3. I know 1 was Lex Luthor, right? But I'm not sure if it was just exclusively Lex Luthor, like just my memory. So, but I want to say that there was a Superman 4, and that was the nuclear man or the sun man or whatever you want to call him, right? But that plot line, that was some super trash. But Burton, big Tim Burt, big Burt dog. Those first 2 Batmans, I feel like if they came out today, they would still have the impact, even following everyone's revered Christopher Nolan's Batman trilogy, which I feel like Tim Burton's even today would have the same type of reaction that the Joker had. It's going to be bigger than Christopher Nolan. I think that those first 2 Batmans, the Tim Burton Batman, was it was groundbreaking. I feel like it was, when you look at the current superhero movies, the environment doesn't really play a huge factor in these movies. So we got to look at the Marvel movies, right? Because Marvel is holding it down the most. So when you look at the Marvel movies, I want to say that the setting doesn't matter. Like, I don't know where they take place at. Okay, one of them when they have to go and find the different Infinity Stones. So some of the environments were memorable, but for the most part, the environments really don't hold huge weight on superhero movies. When we think of Zack Snyder's The Justice League, I don't even know where that takes place. I don't know if it takes place in Metropolis, if it takes place in Gotham City, if it takes place in both places and somewhere else. Like, I really don't know where where the story takes place. I know they have to go to Metropolis to get Superman's body. So I don't know if they went to Russia. Like, who knows, man? Like, the setting is just a testament to the setting not really doesn't matter in today's current movies. Now, I haven't watched any of the superhero TV shows, so I don't know if they matter there, but I would think that they do, only because you're going to be visiting those set pieces constantly in every episode, right? You're going to be in this city or this town. But Tim Burton, how he brought Gotham City to life, it's really crazy. It really is. And it just shows how important he felt that the environment that Gotham City was to Batman, right? Now, I think if somebody else was showing Gotham City, trying to focus on Gotham City, because I even feel like Batman and Robin and Batman Forever tried to keep that tradition by giving Gotham City character, giving it a direction, right? But all in all, that's where we're going with this. So this is going to be a good episode. Hope you guys enjoy it. And when we come back next week, who knows what we'll be talking about. I'll probably be talking about some music because I'm getting back into that. But my legal troubles, I'm definitely going to talk about it as long as I'm still alive. Just because you just never know. Only thing is promised to us is death, and nothing is promised to us tomorrow, right? So we never know how that's going to turn out. But as long as I make it through, no matter how the outcome is, once we get past this legal issue, I'm going to talk about it in full 100%. Pure love from the back to the middle and around again. Through the air 100%.
Let me introduce you to Bo Miles, a unique and likable guy. Everyday life, friends and family makes up the artist's dream.
That down up, 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 down down up, that down up, that down up, that down up, that down.
All right, yo, welcome back to the Bamcast. I'm Bam, and today I have Patzer with me. We got a pretty special show for you today. It's another prequels, sequels, or reboot episode, a what if you will. I'm going to let Patzer talk about what the subject is that we're going to go over today, because it is an exciting one. All right, Patzer, come on in, buddy. All right, gotta unmute. You just gotta unmute, Patzer. Mute.
All right, there we are. Can you hear me?
There we go, loud and clear.
All right, so we're back. Look, guys, a lot of you have been wondering, waiting for the real sequel to Batman Returns. Okay, we got this crap. I don't forgot who was it. Val Kilmer, was it George Clooney? I don't know who was in that Batman and Robin, but I know that I was expecting Michael Keaton to return to the cape and the cowl. Right? So look, man, it's been long overdue. It's been 90 years. It's been 90 years. but Batman, Tim Burton's Batman 3 will live again today.
Yeah, Tim Burton, you got to say every time, Tim Burton is part of the title. Tim Burton's Batman 3.
Exactly.
Hell yeah. Yo, Figaro in the chat. What's up, man? All right. You want to get us going? So, you want to get us going? Let's let you lead.
Okay, all right. So we gotta look. Let's do a quick recap of the Batman world. Okay, so in order to make it to Tim Burton's Batman 3, we have to understand. Okay, where were we dropped off? What was going on in this in the Gotham City? Okay, what was going on? And so if we take it from Batman 1, the original Batman.
Yeah.
Okay. We have Batman, and we have the development, the origin story of the Joker.
Yep. I'm looking at some images right now.
Ooh, so we have the origin story of the Joker, and we actually get the death of the Joker in this first Batman. Right? Yeah. So it brings us on to Batman Returns. Okay, Batman Returns introduces the kind of the origin story. And that's one of the good things about these Batman movies. I think Tim Burton, he really cared about character development.
Mm-hmm.
So we get the character or the origin story of Catwoman and the origin story of the Penguin. Okay, and we also get the reason why there was no Batman 3, no Tim Burton's Batman 3, because Batman Return was dark. Okay, it was hard to sell toys with Batman Returns.
Mm-hmm.
It was definitely going on a descent into the darkness of Gotham City and PG-13. Like he was going somewhere. He was going somewhere dark with this one. Again, I believe we get the death of the Penguin in this one.
Yeah, we do. And Catwoman loses one of her 9 lives, basically. They allude to that. Yeah, so she kind of dies, but she kind of doesn't. So it's pretty cool.
Right.
It's open-ended.
Yeah. So I mean, look. I mean, So that's what we're going to start brainstorming with this, right? So what we know is that Tim Burton is not afraid of death. He's not afraid to go into the darkness of the night. All right. And I feel like his Batman 3 was going to be dark.
Yeah. Can I talk about what happened like after Batman Returns came out?
Yeah. Let's
basically, like you said, the studio felt that they couldn't sell any toys because Batman Returns was so dark. So basically, the first Batman, Tim Burton's Batman, came out in 1989, made $400 million, and I'm guessing just because it was so new, and it was good, it was great. But Batman Returns to me was just as good, if not like a bigger film. But I think because it was darker, not as many youngsters could go in. But the first one was pretty dark too, though. That's the thing. But they went darker on the second one. But what happened is they couldn't sell the toys, and I guess they got Joel Schumacher to go ahead and make Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. And man, they went the total opposite direction. It was like a neon acid trip, basically. And that was the wrong direction to go. They still didn't sell toys because the movies were so bad. They forgot that, yeah, you can make it colorful, but it's not gonna, if you don't have a good film at the end of the day, nobody's gonna want that shit. So that's what I think happened on that one. Yeah, but Joel, I call him Schmuck Maker because he ruined the fucking franchise. Like, basically, a lot of new superhero movies owe a lot to these first two Batman movies, because nobody thought, you could take a superhero movie that seriously and be done that well with story. And then basically Joe Schumacher came in and killed it. and
I remember just as a kid, I don't want to throw you off. I want you to keep that idea. But I remember as a kid feeling like, yo, these Batmans suck. Like, I remember as a kid,
I forced myself.
When we talk about Mortal Kombat, like Mortal Kombat as a kid was good. But Batman, look, those Batmans were trash, man.
Yeah, but I forced myself to like him. I was like convinced myself that it's still good. It got Jim Carrey. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there was aspects and the fighting's kind of cool, but it was like, yeah, it sucked. I watched Batman Forever so many times just because I owned a VHS. But Batman and Robin, I couldn't even lie to myself in the theater. Like, I remember people just laughing their asses off and booing and sarcastically clapping. Oh, yeah. Y'all did it. Yeah. I mean, I was like, man, I think I learned what sarcasm was as a kid in that theater that day.
Yeah, I bet, man.
But carry on. Where were we going? So we were on Batman Returns, and what happened?
All right, so we're at the end of Batman Returns. So we're opening up this Tim Burton's Batman 3 with the ideas, because we're going to brainstorm this thing. We're going to figure it out. And we have to keep in mind that Tim Burton isn't afraid to go into those dark places. So I think no matter where we go with this Batman 3, I think we just have to remember that look, Burton's not afraid of death. So what were some of your ideas as far as Batman 3 introducing characters, the villain? Like, what were you thinking?
So here's my thing. I didn't come up with too much on this one because, so when you originally brainstormed this whole idea of, rebooting franchises or making sequels, a lot of times when you would leave me those messages, it'd be you telling me what you thought, and then I would kind of fill in the blanks. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I mean, I could tell you who I'd like to see in there, but I don't have like a story as to why.
Okay. Yeah, I have some ideas. So look, don't worry. We
at the time
we can get on.
Got you. At the time, I think Batman the Animated Series was really kicking off again, thanks to Tim Burton's previous work.
Yeah, exactly.
So my favorite character in that story was Clayface. Like, I loved Clayface, and I would love to have seen a live action. Although, was Terminator 2 out yet at that time when Batman Returned? When did Terminator 2 come out? I think it was 95 or something. I don't remember, but so that means they wouldn't have had the technology to pull off a convincing Clayface. Terminator 2 was out.
Fresh.
Then they would have had the liquid metal or liquid material, type of effect to at least somewhat make it convincing. And if we couldn't get Clayface, then the again, Batman animated series really made you, like, it tugged at your heartstrings when it came to Mr. Freeze.
Okay.
So when I saw the Mr. Freeze that Schumacher came with, I was like, what? What the hell is going on here? Like, this is corny as fuck. So for me, I would have liked to see one of those two characters. Of course, everyone thought the Riddler, like, that was my first choice overall, like, just because I grew up with 1960s Adams West Batman, right? And that Riddler was pretty cool. But once I saw what they did, I was like, man, can they do a convincing Riddler? So yeah, I mean, that's where I am with it. Figaro says, shut up, Figaro. He's quoting Schwarzenegger. What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age.
Yeah, man. I like the Clayface. I like the Clayface aspect of it, and with the Mr. Freeze, it gives a chance for that sentimental crying moment if done correctly, right? Which I think that was even with Clayface. I think a lot of those villains in the animated series they had like a good quality to them that you kind of related with and was like, man, you know, this could be a good person if only he had a chance. So I think, and the Riddler, that's who actually I was because I think in Batman, what is it? What was after Returns? Was it Forever?
It was Batman. It was Batman Forever, and then Batman and Robin.
Okay, so Batman Forever featured the Riddler
and Two-Face.
And what about Poison Ivy? Was she in the next one or what?
So yeah, so basically I see why they picked. And actually, I'm impressed with what guy that played Two-Face. What's his name?
Tommy Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones. What he did, because I always saw him as a really serious character. But he had fun with it, dude. Like, it was actually pretty impressive, although it was a bad film. But he was impressive on that. Let's start this party with a bang. That lines like that stuck with me. But basically, Batman and Robin, it was Poison Ivy and Bane.
Mr. Freeze.
And Mr. Freeze. Poison Ivy,
Bane.
And they shit on Bane. He was just a henchman, and Mr. Freeze. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, man. I think Batman Forever, right? Because that's the third one. I like the villain choice where you got the Riddler, you got Two-Face. Now with this story, I definitely felt like using the Riddler.
Okay. Yeah, take it in the direction you want to go, man. Ill Will says the Batman Forever villains were all messed up. I agree. I agree with that. Ill Will loves Clayface just as much as I do too. So the story and the sad parts and losing who he is.
Yeah, I liked I liked a lot. I liked a lot in just all of those villains, you know. But so I was thinking the Riddler, and
write it down.
Maybe Scarecrow.
Ooh, I didn't even think about Scarecrow. There's so that's the thing with Batman. The rogues gallery is so, you know, it's so there's so many good people to pick from, basically villains.
Right, man. Like that was the thing. That was the thing, man, about Batman. I think that they kind of dropped the ball with Superman was they really didn't develop the villains. So if you have Superman, and I think that's why his movies never really took off other than, you know, what was done in the early 80s. Like, he was never really able to catch a solid footing because he never had any villains that we really cared about.
Yep, that's it.
You know? So it's like, but I think Batman is like Spider-Man. It's like, look, man, there's a whole bunch of villains. Look, we're going to reboot Batman every year with a new villain.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
So with this, with the Batman 3, I want to, now I'm looking for a twist ending. So in my version of the Batman, you know, Tim Burton's Batman 3, there's going to be a twist ending at the end, right? It has to be something that makes you want to watch it all over again to see if you can catch some of the stuff that you didn't see.
Like an M. Night style twist?
Right. Like a big
Batman
twist.
movie? Okay,
like
I'm down.
twist,
I want to see what this ending is. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, so that's the thing. So we're going to shell out that twist eventually so that we can really kind of, you know, move it forward. So, you know, the twist is going to be spoiled and it really won't be a twist anymore because we already know the twist before it even happens. But I think in order to do a good twist, like once you have a twist, it's about leading it all the way up from the beginning to that twist, right? And having those payoffs, having those diversions, and, you know, leading people down one direction and then bringing it all back at the end.
Cool. So it's really going to tie into everything that we've seen from beginning to the end. That's going to be cool.
Right. And what has come before it in Batman and Batman Returns.
Got you.
So I just want to put that out there because, you know, look, because I think next week, because this week is going to air on the Artistry of podcast. You guys can check it out wherever you listen to your podcast. And the next episode, I'm going to do a speed run. So I'm going to I've been cooking up images. So whatever we come up with here, I'm going to do from the beginning to the very end of that movie next week.
Ah, cool. Man, Figaro just reminded me of another villain I would love to see done in a live-action Batman. The Mad Hatter. The Mad Hatter would be, man, the scenery that you could cook up with that, and the, I don't know, just the taking it to, because, you know, he's a resident of Arkham Asylum. You could really get gritty and insane with that character.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's just so many. It's just so many, and it just shows. It really shows any superhero movie producers and writers who are trying to reboot any superhero movie. And I'm talking to DC, because I feel like Marvel has their footing. Like, they have a whole slew of movies that's going to be coming out. And they know how to do it, but I feel like DC really hasn't grasped how to do it. And I think turning to those Batman and the animated series episodes, like watching that from beginning to end, I think that can't lead you on. That can't lead you wrong with however or whoever you decide to make a movie going forward in the DC universe. Like the holy grail is the Batman animated series, hands down. Well, let's see what Ill Will was saying.
Says the Mad Hatter could do what I said I hoped Mysterio would have done before the movie. Exactly. Yep, they fucked up Mysterio in that sense. Whereas the viewer, you're right with the hero wondering what's real, what's not. Who can I trust? I got you. Yeah, you'd have the audience questioning that the whole time, as the hero and the audience.
Right.
So, questioning, you know, what's real, what's not, like, because of the illusions. And with the Mad Hatter, it'd be more of an insanity thing. So, especially if you include, like, the Scarecrow with the Mad Hatter, that type of team, because you got the fear gas and the insanity of the Mad Hatter, it'd be throwing Batman for a loop, including the audience. But yeah, let's go down the path you want to go down.
All right. So with this, we're gonna lock in on the Riddler. And I'm feeling Two-Face, right? But that's not in stone. Two-Face doesn't have to make it in this, but Harvey Dent is still in there. So the way I want to go with this is we open up because Batman killing the Joker. Or, I mean, he tried to grab his hand. I mean, however you want to slice and dice it, he's kind of responsible for his death. I mean, he wanted to help him, but look, man.
I mean, he had that side piece. Who are you going to let go? The side piece of this crazy motherfucker that's been trying to kill the whole city the entire movie. I mean, I don't blame him. Right. Vicky Vale was fine as hell. It even rhymes. You hear that?
Yeah.
Vicky Vale, fine as hell.
Right, man. Look, they should have had a rap. They should have had Run DMC cooking up on the soundtrack of the first Batman, right? But that dealt with him, because I think one of Batman's things was, he didn't kill. He didn't take life, right? That's why he had them all housed up in one facility to kind of do push-ups and get stronger and, like, learn from each other's mistakes. They can come back stronger than the next iteration, right? But he didn't kill us. So I want to use the death of the Joker, really, because in Tim Burton's Batman world, the Joker killed his parents, right?
Yeah.
That was established in the first one. So he avenges his parents' death, and he breaks one of his codes where he actually kills the Joker. Right now, that's dealing with them. And in this movie, we actually still have Michael Keaton. I still want to use Michael Keaton.
Yes, keep Michael Keaton.
I want to use him.
Would this movie have come out like just a couple of years after Batman Returns? So he'd have been in his prime. Everybody been in their prime basically still.
Now, see, that's where the twist actually starts.
Okay.
Right. So now we're actually, looking at the twist. So the twist is Bruce Wayne is in like Arkham Asylum as an old man. Okay. He's in there. He's actually a patient. His identity hasn't been revealed.
Are we going to see this right at the beginning of the movie or no?
Like we're going to see parts of it, but we're not going to really understand what we're
seeing.
At.
Okay.
Right.
You kind of see him in a solitary room, but not
right.
where the room is.
Right. Well, because I'll kind of shape it for you, but
just go in order. Yeah.
Right. So, it's not in order, but this is the world that we're in, right? Just kind of looking behind the curtains. So Bruce Wayne is a patient at Arkham Asylum as an old man, right? So he's just like the real Michael Keaton is right now, like a kind of an older Bruce Wayne.
So he could do it now.
Right. So he could do it now. And he's in there, and let's say that, like I said, we don't know this, like watching the movie. Okay, so the way that it's done, the way that we kind of get it to work is that what's the guy who takes over as Batman? I want to say, I forgot his name.
Val Kilmer?
No, I'm talking about like in the comics.
Oh, in the comic book? You mean
like whatever his name is.
Terry McGinnis? Batman Beyond?
Right,
you're talking about the teenager. Oh, before that.
Right, like in between, because there was
Azrael is his name.
Like whoever. There's a Batman in between, right?
Yeah, Will knows Azrael. Yeah.
Right. Okay, there we go. Okay,
something like that. I've already said it. Yeah.
So Azrael, or however you pronounce it.
How do you pronounce it? Yeah.
Jacking his name up, right?
Azrael. I have comics. I should have brought him in here. I got him in the closet there. Of that whole storyline.
All right, so like we're going to deviate from that, but we're going to kind of use these guys and their names because people are familiar with with the underpinning, right? So Azrael, we'll just call him that. AZ. So AZ.
Like it. All right.
So AZ is actually let's make him some type of like a private investigator. Okay. So he's investigating maybe the sound went out. Let's see. Can you guys hear?
That went out. That might just be for you. Hey Fig, does their sound good? Never. Man, that's it. This guy. He said it's good now.
All right.
Now I got to edit this shit out. Thanks, Will.
He said, now I have to go and look, right?
It's fine. I'm editing all my episodes from now on anyways. Go ahead.
Right,
So Azazel is a private investigator.
Right. So AZ is like a private investigator, and he's something. Like, I don't really know what he is, but for some reason he's actually in the asylum, right? He's in Arkham Asylum. He could actually even be just like one of the caretakers, like one of the orderlies or just the guys who work there, right? And Bruce Wayne is lost it by this time, and he's totally off his rocker, and he's telling people, he's kind of telling people that he's Batman and that this and this and all of this is going on, but no one believes him, right? Like, yeah, man, whatever, man. You're Batman, right?
You are the night. I get you. I got you.
Right? Yeah, right. In the meantime, crime is going on. Serious, vicious crime is happening, and the Batman is missing. Right? So Gotham City has totally reverted back to that state when Ra's al Ghul let them all out, and it's just chaotic.
Bad. Probably worse than it's ever been.
Right. It's worse than it's ever been. It's just a mess. Right? And people are wishing and longing and hoping for the Dark Knight. Right?
Yeah.
Like they're wanting the Dark Knight, and they're hoping for all of this. But look, he's nowhere to be found, right? But people didn't put it together like, okay, how is it that Bruce Wayne goes into the asylum and Batman disappears, right? So Batman disappeared a good minute before Bruce Wayne actually goes in, right? But like I said, Bruce Wayne's in there, AZ is in there listening, and AZ is actually, believing him. AZ believes him, and but remember, Bruce Wayne is crazy. He's in the moment feeling like he is still Batman. So he's not trying to be like a teacher. Look, I'm schooling AZ. Like, no, he's not teaching. He's actually, just reliving these moments, right? Reliving the Joker's, the moments with the Joker and all the other villains that we never got to see.
Yeah.
Right.
Like the time between Batman Returns to now. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's reliving all of that and telling it as if it's in the moment. Right. Now, AZ he goes because he believes him on his time off. He goes and he searches, the Wayne Manor. And that's when, he kind of figures out that like, yo, this guy's telling the truth.
All right.
So he goes and he actually figures out that Bruce Wayne is telling the truth, and he is he's just going about and he wants to prove that Bruce Wayne isn't fully crazy, that he really was Batman, but his own backstory, which, I'm giving him in the very beginning of this film, is that he loses his parents to a violent death himself. And he walks in on his parents. So this is kind of like an origin story for the new Batman or the transition Batman. And at the same time, a closing to Michael Keaton's and Tim Burton's story.
Got you. Azazel has a whole backstory as to why he became Batman, but movies do that all the time where they kind of change it,
Right.
So we can incorporate that in here, or we can kind of play up kind of like what they had in going in on the comic and then deviate into what you're talking about, I forget exactly what the storyline is. I have the entire, I think it's called The Dark Knight Falls or something like that, or Fall of the Dark Knight. It's the whole series from the time Bane breaks Batman's back and how Azazel becomes his successor. But there's stuff that happens and reasons why he loses the cape and cowl. But yeah, we'll go with this. This sounds good.
All right. So, and remember, this is like the stuff that you won't know this until the end, right? But I'm just kind of laying it out so that we get an idea for what's happening and how things are going to transpire and where it's going to lead to. But that's going to be the twist, is that Bruce Wayne, as we know him, right? Michael Keaton is actually in the asylum, right? So I just want to kind of lay that out there. So no matter what we build and add on and figure it all out, that, that's going to be the reveal. Like I said, we know it now, so it's no big secret. But remember, it's all about how we get there from the beginning. So like when you guys check it out next week from the very beginning, when I do from the beginning to the end speed run, it'll be like, all right, I see it, right? You'll already know, like the ones who are here watching with us will know, but some of the new people, like, they won't know, right? So it'll be a totally new twist for them. So,
got you. Can you give me 1 second?
Yeah.
Take care of something. Sorry, man.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, so while he's going on, let's see. Whenever you guys have a chance, this is Figaro. Whenever you guys have the time, here's a good playlist to review. Oh, all right. Yeah. Because I think the music is a big thing with the Batman movies and just the series. Just that music and that soundtrack kind of sets the tone for Gotham City and the environment, just the emotion. And I remember that first Batman, the music from there. I mean, it was intense. It was big and bold, and it was just powerful, and do. It was start from the bottom, and man, it was just some real beautiful music, man. So I'm definitely going to check that out, because I feel that the music, even when I do the speed run, I'm going to be running the soundtracks. I'm going to be running music through it so that we can really be immersed and engulfed in Gotham City, right? So with kind of that underpinning going on, we know that, okay, Bruce Wayne, right? This is behind the curtain, so there's no spoilers for us now. But we know that Bruce Wayne is in the asylum. We know that there's a new Batman, right? There's a different Batman going on. And we got AZ in there. And let's see, Bam is back. All right.
Sorry about that, guys.
No,
so unprofessional.
No, look. Luckily, it's both of us here. So when one has to dip and take a shit, the other one can keep it going.
Spoken like a true professional. Hell yeah. All right. I like it.
So the only thing I was doing was talking about the music because Figaro, he wanted us to check out some of those Batman
reviews.
themes.
I got you. Okay.
So, I was just talking about how that's a huge part, I think, of the Batman movies, and Tim Burton was the score, where I don't really feel like it was that huge in those other Batmans.
Nah, not at all. They were like watered down versions. They tried to incorporate their own themes, and they kind of just sucked. They're not memorable. And I think they just kind of reused Tim Burton's theme anyways, but they just, remixed it. I don't know.
All right. So I think, so with that, we got the kind of the underpinning, right? Now we can go and kind of figure out, okay, how do we unpack this thing? How do we get the villains in there? Like I said, I feel like the Riddler can be in there. It doesn't have to be two villains, but it can be two villains. I mean,
it seems like they always raise the stakes every movie. Fuck, 3 villains. But when you start doing that, like the third Spider-Man movie, it starts to get hard to make them all, make sense and have a reason to be there. Unless we can figure out a really good reason, it's going to be, it's going to be a toss-up as to how many villains we should have in there. But you like Riddler and Scarecrow, you said? For sure? Or no?
No, I think the Riddler and Two-Face.
You're recreating Batman Forever?
Right. I think the Riddler and Two-Face, because I feel like, Harvey Dent with, Billy D back in the first and the second one, like he was on a trajectory. Right, so he didn't really have a huge role in Batman, right? Then you get Batman. I'm saying Begins, but Batman Returns.
Oh, you're talking about Christopher Nolan. So it's Batman Begins.
No, I'm not. No, I'm talking about Batman Returns. But how so many titles you get them all flip flop together, right? But but I feel like Billy D. I feel like Two-Face could be in there. But I'm really not. I'm not worried. So just whatever. I definitely want the Riddler because I want to. I want to kind of attack Thomas Wayne in this. In this Batman, the Batman 3, and kind of, so this way, what we're tying into Batman's Bruce Wayne's insanity, and like just kind of bringing it all in, like. I want to,
You mean the memory of Thomas Wayne, or is Thomas Wayne still alive?
No. Memory, just like the finding out, like, what these billions are built on what. And Bruce Wayne believing.
Background.
Right. Bruce Wayne feeling like, this is built on philanthropy and, good businesses and everything. But like, no, it wasn't. It's a lie. It was all built on mob ties and deceit and using Arkham Asylum as a way to, kind of imprison people and lock them down. And, like just using Thomas Wayne as like, man, he really wasn't a good guy.
He created a system. It's kind of like the, what is it called? The prison industrial complex. Like, how they say prison is just basically a business and they just are basically, it's a revolving door. And what they're doing is just creating an income and easy money. And they're not rehabilitating anybody. They're just basically, you're just sheep. You go in there, state pay this for so many heads. You get your ass out. If you come out, if you make it out alive, They just basically want you to come back in because they want that money to return, basically.
Right,
So
exactly.
This is the type of person you're saying Thomas is, but not just with like Arkham Asylum and prison, but in multiple aspects.
Right, right, in multiple aspects. Like he has his hand, like he has a bloody hand. Okay, and the Wayne name is only clean because they made so much money that they were able to get in front of the noise to say like, yo, look at all of the good that we're doing, right? But the reason why he was actually murdered, right, still being the Joker, right? Because like I said, this is still Tim Burton's world, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's because of some stuff that he's done, and that's what kind of put him as a target.
Got you.
Right. So I definitely, like I said, I want the Riddler because now do you want to do two villains?
I'll do two villains. I don't think we should do three because as some of the viewers are saying, Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man and Spider-Man 3, what those films taught us is never do three villains because it becomes it does not have great results. So yeah, two villains at most. I mean, we can make a cameo by another villain if you want, but as far as the main villains, two villains.
Right. No, I'm with you. And I think whenever you do a three villain thing, I think that the way that I always like is I think of Godzilla versus Kong.
Mm-hmm.
Right, where eventually two teams up to defeat the
third.
one.
Yeah, the
right.
one. Yeah.
Right. See, and that was the thing. Like even when you brought up Mr. Freeze, like he has that element of good to him, right? So you could see him at the end actually teaming up and helping, right? So no matter who we pick to be the third villain, right? And that's why I like Two-Face because Harvey Dent is actually Bruce Wayne's friend.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I like the Riddler because we can make the Riddler actually Bruce Wayne's friend. So like no matter who we use, they're going to be like, no matter the two villains, right? We have the Riddler, no matter who else we bring in, they're gonna have like a relationship with Bruce Wayne.
Got you.
I
definitely see it, yeah.
They'll be able to help him.
I see it with Two-Face for sure because of the whole Harvey Dent past. He could pull those strings with him to get him to betray the Riddler and this and that. So that definitely works. What connection would you say the Riddler has with the Batman that would make him want to side with him if he needed to?
Right. So with the Riddler, he would be Bruce Wayne's one of his best friends. So now we're cooking up new stories right now.
Oh, that's how you're. Well, you know what? I think Edward Nygma, which is Riddler, he was working for Bruce Wayne, right? I think that's the way it happened in the animated series too, or is that just for Batman Forever? But he feels like the Wayne family screwed him over or something.
Right.
So that's why he goes the route he does. But I think he had a good relationship with Wayne himself. I forget how it goes in the animated series, but
But see, what I would use is that whatever his name is, whatever his name is, his family's name is also a powerhouse in business as well. Okay, so him and Bruce Wayne grew up as children. This is only but no matter what villain we put in there, this is what they're going to follow, right?
Got you. You're going to write a backstory to make it make sense. Got you. Okay.
Yeah, to make sense so that, both of them they grew up together. His family was powerful and billionaires, and the Wayne family is powerful and they're billionaires, right?
Got you.
But look, there can only be one, okay? We all know that the Wayne brand, look, the Wayne brand is strong. Okay.
Uh-huh.
The Wayne brand is strong, and that's going to cause resentment. That's going to cause one family to not get ahead, right? As one family gets ahead.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's one of your classic sayings. Hey, it's going to cause one of the families is going to get ahead, and the other one's not gonna be able to get ahead. Just rolls off the tongue. Rolls right off the tongue.
Look, let it fly. Stack them high and let them fly. So that's if we use the Riddler. But like I said, we could use Harvey Dent as well. And Harvey Dent, like you said, because they have a close relationship and it's already in the comic books.
All the movies, they all follow the same.
Right. So, it's like, all right, so you're not kind of pissing off the fanboys like, this isn't in the comic books.
Yeah.
Right? So we could use Two-Face, but like I said, it doesn't matter which villain, because if we want to get away from Two-Face and the Riddler for this Batman, we could get away, right? So we could use any villain, it doesn't matter. But I definitely want to use the Riddler, but we can use another villain as well. So gotcha. As opposed to Two-Face, but I'm good with either one. So that's why I was saying, which one would you like? So I got the Riddler. Who would you like in there?
Well, let me answer this question real quick. Hi, people is in the chat now. He says, was Tim Burton's Robin Dick Grayson or Jason Todd? It was Dick Grayson for sure. I always wish that we could do the whole Jason Todd timeline or storyline because he's one of the coolest Robins, but yeah, maybe we can add him in the third. No, because we'd have to go and it'd be too much explaining because Bruce is already in the madhouse, and to tie in a second Robin, it wouldn't work for this particular film. But anyways, on what villains would I like to see? I would have loved, if we're doing the movie now, then I would love to see Clayface because we can do the effects properly now. If we were doing it like back in the 90s, like 95, whenever Terminator 2 came out, then I would say yes. But before that, I would say no Clayface. So 95 and up, we could do Clayface.
All right, so yeah, let's make it the Riddler and Clayface. I'm just writing it down so that I keep track of what villains we have in there. So we have Clayface.
Ooh. So I'm looking it up now. Terminator 2 actually came out in 1991. So by the time Batman Return was out, which was 92, this movie was already released. So give it a few years, 5 or 6 years for Batman, Tim Burton's Batman 3, we could have had an excellent Clayface by that time.
Yeah, that's crazy. You said that came out in 91?
91, yeah.
Wow.
I remember watching the interview of Schwarzenegger on the Arsenio Hall show. So it was definitely a long-ass time ago.
Wow, man, that's crazy. 91. Yeah, that is really crazy just because I just feel like Terminator 2 was huge.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And like I remember Batman Returns being huge as well, but it just feels like Batman Returns came out before Terminator 2, but then that just shows you how well the CG and just everything in Terminator 2 was
so ahead. Yeah, man. It was so ahead of its time. Yeah.
All right, so we got the Riddler and we got Clayface. Go ahead and shed some light on the Clayface story because I kind of know it, but I don't really. So
from what I know of Clayface is, and a lot of this I'm going by the animated, Batman animated series. Yeah, that was just such a heartfelt Clayface. But I know that they've kind of changed it up here and there. But basically, he was just this amazing actor that could play, so many roles. Let's say like who's a good actor like that? Like Ill Will's boy loves the guy that was on Titanic.
Leonardo.
Yeah, he loves.
DiCaprio?
Yeah, he loves Leonardo DiCaprio. So imagine someone like that could put on so many different faces that should have won the Oscar like every film, but still has yet to win it or something, or just now finally won it. Somebody like that, right? Really good actor, and basically, something happens where he owes money to the mob or something like that, and he won't pay up. He has money trouble, so they basically take him to the back Oh, and so what starts to happen is he starts to age, right? He's becoming he's a great actor, but he also, I think he has this, he wants to be even greater. So they make this putty or this clay that you can put on your face like makeup, and I think you can mold it and make your face look like someone else, right? Like you can really enhance your performance. I think that's what the story was, right? And I think he's been using all the money on that stuff because he just doesn't want to lose his glory days. He wants to continue being this amazing actor. So basically, he doesn't want to pay up. So they were like, "Oh, okay. So you want you want this salve or this clay stuff, huh? We'll give it to you. Here, have as much as you like. You like sloppy joes, do you? Have as many sloppy joes as you like." They feed him that line, and they just basically take this fucking like five. What is it? Five. You know, the big barrels of fuel you shoot in video games and they blow up. 5-gallon.
Yeah, 5-gallon drums.
5-ton drum or whatever the fuck. And they just start feeding that into making him eat it basically. And it gets into all his cells and this and that, and basically turns him into Clayface. And he sees that he's basically lost his entire career, his entire life. He's this fucking disgusting clay monster now. And he can kind of transform into stuff, but just for seconds. Like, for a few seconds, he can kind of like imitate a human being or whatever. But what he really likes to do too is when he gets angry, he starts using that clay to form weapons like mace hands or like swords out of it. You know, you can harden it and soften it and wrap it around you like tentacles. So basically, yeah, he starts to lose his mind as well as this clay starts to take over his, body. So yeah, he just fucking loses it basically. But yeah, he's that kind of villain. You feel so sorry for him because he just wanted to be kind of like this beautiful actor, and now he's just this disgusting monster.
All right, nah, man, that was a good recap, and what it kind of brings up for me that I want to use will be who he is lost, right? He plays so many roles as an actor that he forgot who he truly is. So, like, whatever his name is,
that starts to happen too. He starts to forget who he is. Yeah, that does happen.
Right. So like that has to happen in this film, right? He kind of forgot who he is, so that way, like, we can still kind of get those heartstrings moving, right?
Yeah. You want to build up his backstory, and you want to build up his backstory, and you want it to be a villain that you're invested in, basically.
Right. So let's say it doesn't really matter what his name is. I'm gonna just go with Greg Fitzgerald.
For Clayface?
Yeah.
Forget his name too.
Right.
It's been such a long time.
Right. And
I'll look it up.
Yeah. You can look it up, but it doesn't matter. Croc. Yeah, Killer Croc. He was definitely a scary. Like, I could definitely see Tim Burton actually potentially using, all right, John Hims, or is that Hams? Hims?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so John Hamm. So, but I could definitely see Burton actually using Clayface. I mean Croc, using Croc as a villain, just roaming the sewers of Gotham City.
So for me, Croc would be the kind of. Also, Ill Wills came in to save the day. John Hamm is Clayface's. Wait, is that who he's saying he wants to play him, or that's his real name?
I think that's his name. But
let me look it up.
Because I don't know.
In the animated series, it was Matt Hegan.
Okay.
I remember that name.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know what Ill Will's talking about. He's making shit up over here.
Yeah, he said, "Look, man."
But I think there's different names for him, because I looked up another one in the comments.
No, that's who he wants to play him.
Oh, okay,
let's see what he looks like.
Got you. Okay.
Pull him up. Let's see what
John
this guy
Hamm.
looks.
Okay. John Hamm.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see what this guy looks like. Oh, yeah, yeah. That is that.
Okay,
That
yeah,
would be a good
perfect.
guy.
That's spot
Yeah.
on. Damn, Will, you're good at this.
Yeah, look at that. I mean, that would
That's
be
perfect. Have you ever seen the animated series? He pretty much embodies this guy. That's the way he
right,
looks.
right, and that's like my memory. Like my memory of Clayface would be like somebody who kind of like that look.
The other thing I was gonna say is for somebody like Killer Croc, I think he would be more of like an opening scene villain, where like there's this big action set piece like fight before you get into the main story. It's kind of like the movie starts there, Batman stalking somebody. So the movie starts there where somebody's stalking Batman in the sewers, and they get into this big fight, and it looks awesome. That happens, and that might be the first scene where you find out that Bruce Wayne isn't Batman, or Michael Keaton isn't playing Batman, because you got that other guy, AZ, at that point. You're like, wait, where's Michael Keaton? Where's Bruce Wayne? And then we flash to the asylum, I guess.
Yeah, but see, in this twist ending, you're not going to know that Michael Keaton is not playing Batman.
So
you won't know that till
so the whole time he doesn't take off his.
Well, remember, Michael Keaton is telling stories, right?
Oh, past stories. Got you. Okay.
Right. So Michael Keaton is telling these past stories, and during the time that we actually see Batman whipping ass and
it is Michael
action.
Keaton.
Right. Well, he's in his Batman costume.
So it is, but we get to see Michael Keaton kick some ass?
Probably not.
Probably not?
Probably not.
I want to see Michael Keaton kick ass.
Yeah, I know. Because he's going to be, old man Keaton, right?
But couldn't he be beating ass as we're seeing these flashbacks, like in his glory days,
Right.
Even if we don't know they're flashbacks until later? I don't know.
Yeah. Like, we could even do that. But ultimately, what you'll find at the end is that, look, he definitely ended up in a sad state, right? So
he ended up where he sent all those criminals for all these years.
Right. And no one believes, what he's saying. And like I said, his father created all of this stuff to destroy lives and to make money, and that's where his son ultimately ends up.
Elise says. So Will says, Elise says, you're changing everything. Keep your story straight. Wait, what are we changing?
No. We're brainstorming.
Yeah. So this is the whole exercise is a brainstorm. We have some stuff written down, but for the most part, we're basically brainstorming this live, right?
Yeah. I will do the speed run next week from the beginning to the end, but one of the things that will stay consistent no matter what we talk about now is that Bruce Wayne is in the asylum. That's going to be consistent. That's going to stay the same. And AZ is actually Batman, right? So this is going to be like an origin story for AZ, a reboot, and a closing for Tim Burton's Michael Keaton. That whole storyline.
Oh, okay. So he says, my bad. She specifically said that Esteban was changing what Patzer said. Yeah, okay. Well, he corrected me. He said, no, we can't go that route.
It's okay because we're gonna make it all work because look, the speed run will happen next week.
Once it's all written down. Okay.
All right. So we got Clayface and we got the Riddler. Now, do we want to pair those two up? We don't have to, like, with Clayface, we don't need to pair up, the Riddler and Clayface. So, how you feeling?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be hard to keep two villains completely unrelated in the film, I think it'd be easier to kind of, intertwine their stories at some point, even if it's not in the beginning. Because I feel that's the way most films go. I mean, we could do something different, but I know Penguin and Catwoman kind of worked together for a while. Mr. Freeze and Uma Thurman, they worked together for a while. Uma Thurman, Poison Ivy. Poison Ivy. And then Two-Face and Riddler, they worked together in Batman Forever. Can you guys name a film where they have two villains, well, a superhero film, that never work together throughout the whole film, or are they going to work totally against each other
Right. Now, see, that's what
and
I was
cause more
thinking.
chaos? That would be cool.
Yeah, I was thinking, like I said, using the Godzilla and using the Godzilla versus Kong
Yeah.
theory. So they never work really together until the very end.
Ooh, so it's instead of them, they're not going to be working for good though. They're going to be working towards. They're going to be working against the bad guy, basically.
So Batman
Or
will
good
fight
guy?
one.
Yeah.
So this is just one way that it could work. Batman will fight one villain, right? While he's fighting one villain, another villain, we're kind of getting maybe the effects from one villain creates the other, or the effects from one fight. Batman fighting, let's say he's fighting Clayface, right? So, or the Riddler, right? So here we go. Here's one way. Batman's fighting the Riddler, and the Riddler has some type of mind game or some type of code that Batman has to crack in order to stop some gas or to stop some, something bad, right? Let's say it's a gas or some type of cream from spilling into.
What about? Can I get? I want to tune in right now.
Yeah, go ahead.
What about the Riddler? Because Riddler likes to set up these like houses of booby traps and riddles, right? And there's specifically this one episode where he sets up this entire maze in the Batman animated series, and Batman and Robin, I think, have to run this maze, solving these. The only way you can get further is by solving the riddles. What you can have on some of these riddles is if they don't solve them, they have civilians in traps, and if they fail the riddle, something awful happens to them. So we could use that storyline to create Clayface. Like he might be one of the like let's say Batman and Robin have solved every riddle up to this one point, and then this is where they miss up and they don't solve this one, or they don't solve it in time, and they drop Matt Hegan into that clay stuff.
Right.
And that's how he's created via that. That would be cool.
Yeah, and then you can have Batman actually spending time, so that we want Clayface to actually, blame Batman. Like, yo, come on, man. Yeah. Maybe Batman wasn't listening. He was telling him the answer, but Batman's like, look, I got this. You're just a B actor now.
Yeah.
So he's kind of sunning him a little bit. He's like, So I want, because I don't want Clayface to hate the Riddler yet, or whoever we put in there. It doesn't really matter who we put in there, but I don't want him to hate him yet. I want him to really kind of hate Batman, So even if we do this, Saw fun house, that Batman kind of gets the blame for it, right? So that way Clayface kind of hates Batman, and he really wants to
hurt him.
He really wants to hurt Batman. So this way, boom, we get the whole Batman. Look, he can even kill Robin. Like, I really didn't even care to have Robin in there, but
yeah, no, we don't have to. I was just saying, like, that's what happened in the animated series,
right?
But you don't have to have Robin in there at all.
Yeah. So so like we could have something like that going on, and but if we choose to use the Riddler and Clayface, but you could use somebody else to pair up with Clayface, but I'm fine with those two if you are. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm. I like them.
Okay. All right. So some of the so we're going to use that story, because really what we're doing is kind of creating the behind the scenes element for the actual movie, right? We're creating this so that, like, you guys know, okay, Batman, the Bruce Wayne is somewhere, right? We got AZ is going to be pretty much the Batman. We have the two villains, the Riddler and Clayface. We have Clayface, his origin, right? We have Clayface origin. He was a casualty of war in one of Riddler's sick games, because the Riddler has something against Bruce Wayne, right? Because of their parents, right? So this is like all underpinning type of things, right? This is one way that it can go, but we also have to remember that Bruce Wayne. So what we can do really with these two villains is one villain is actually fighting Bruce Wayne, and the other villain is actually fighting AZ,
which is Batman,
right?
Yeah,
meaning that. So let's say that the Riddler, like I said, his backstory is going to be one of resentment to Bruce Wayne. He actually knows Bruce Wayne, and he has some type of problem. Like I said, his father. He kind of cites Bruce Wayne's father for being a reason that his family kind of went downhill and not living the rich and famous life that they're used to, right? Which caused his father to actually get committed, maybe his mom. Let's go with his mom. His father dies, his mom gets committed into Arkham Asylum. Whatever his name is, the Riddler, meaning like I don't know.
Edward Nigma. Nigma.
Yeah. So
or Enigma. Yeah.
Yeah. Edward Nigma is actually Edward whatever, blah, 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 you know. Let's see. Rothschild, right? He's a part of the Rothschilds or something, right? So all in all, he falls all the way down, right? His mom, he sees his father maybe commit suicide because of the losing all of this money and his family having to go down. His father commits suicide. His mother gets sent into Arkham Asylum. His life is just down, right? And this was Thomas's doing, but where was Bruce during all of this, right? Where was Bruce? So that's building that hatred towards the Wayne family, right? But once he tries to start to make a climb in the underworld, that's when he faces Batman, right? So he has some type of hatred towards Batman, okay? But he doesn't know that Bruce Wayne is Batman. So he still has a hatred towards the Waynes, but now he got a hatred towards Batman, right?
Yeah.
Somehow, some way he cooks it up, and he is now maybe taking over the Wayne estate, right? At that point, that's when he finds out that Bruce Wayne is Batman. Yeah, so now his hatred, right? Now his hatred is really on 10. He's really hating Bruce Wayne, Batman, Thomas Wayne, Margaret Wayne. Like, yo, he hates them all. Okay.
So does he? If he knows that there's a Batman, does he know that this Batman isn't even Bruce Wayne anymore? Because you changed it to be Ace.
Right. So this is actually during his timeline. Like, this is actually the reason why Bruce Wayne is in Arkham Asylum. Is going to be not only, Bruce Wayne, his life and his living and all of that stuff, but actually the Riddler has something to do with him getting sent up there. Right? So what we're talking, so this is in the past.
Yeah.
All right. So this is in the past. This is all of this stuff that's going on. So that's why I say these two villains will fight, the two different Batmans.
Gotcha.
All right.
Okay.
Because, but we're from a viewer, right? You guys, when you watch the speed run, like, I'm not going to tell you that it's two different Batmans and two different timelines, right? But that's what will be happening.
And by speedrun, you mean you're going to recount the whole story in order with maybe possibly some images. Yeah,
with the images cooked up, from different, I got the intro done. And, as I tell a story, is going to have the different images from different things. Like, I'm going to grab some images from Birdman. I'm going to grab images from Batman. I'm going to grab images from the comic book, to all tell this story.
Yeah.
But at the end, like I said, it's going to be that twist ending that no one is expecting. Well, you guys are going to know the twist. So hopefully it can be done in a way to where you enjoy the ride, even though you know the end. So.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. So with that being said, I wanted, because, this background information is just setting up the stage, right? So let's get some input on this Clayface battle. Now that you know that this Clayface battle is actually happening in real time, right?
So is he the one fighting AC, or was he the one?
Yeah. I think that's the way we would have to do it, right? So so now we can toy with whatever we have to, because I think the way it'll tie in is through AZ. So this will be AZ's first villain, right? That he's fighting on his own. Will be Clayface. The Riddler is still in the movie somewhere, right? We just got to figure that out. But I think that this will be his villain, as he, you know, takes on the cape and the cow, and he's starting to clean up Gotham City. You know, this is going to be his main villain right here. So we can have their origin story different, right? Like at first we said that they were going to be that what's his name? The Riddler kind of created them, but now we can just do away with that and go back with your first thing where, you know, he's in the mob and he's kind of sad.
The original story, you mean?
Right.
Yeah,
right.
That's the original Batman the Animated Series story. Yeah, we could do that. So are these different timelines, or is it just different? Like, are these different dimensions, or are these just different ones? One happened in the past and one is happening like now.
Right. So that's what it is. But as a viewer, you don't know that.
So it is different dimensions, or it's different?
No. It's one
timeline.
Yeah, one timeline, right? So kind of think of it as what's one? I know Ill Will had one of the movies where they do that, where it's kind of jumping between different.
Scenes in the movie, like
right. But yeah, I can't. Man, there was one that was huge. I know American Horror Story is one. I think season 1, but a lot of their seasons are like that. But I know season 1 is kind of like jumping in between, you know, jumping where you don't really know what's happening first or second or third or fourth, right? So you're watching it as one timeline, but then at the end you figure out that, okay, this happened, you know, before and that happened.
Yeah. They tell the story all out of order, basically.
Yeah. But it'll be constructed as if it's in order. Right? So like that's the way, you know, that's gonna be the task.
So is the other twist that we thought Bruce Wayne was still Batman the whole time, but it turns out the reason they kept showing scenes of AZ is because he basically became Batman at some point and we didn't even know.
Right.
So there's two twists. Not only is he no longer Batman, somebody else is Batman. And Bruce Wayne is also just completely insane now.
Right.
So there's two twists, I got you.
Right. See, so with the Riddler storyline, we learn why Bruce Wayne is insane, right?
Yeah, got you.
Because he loses to the Riddler. Right? But with this new Batman, he is fighting his old villain, and he takes down the Riddler for, you know.
The hard stuff to fill in, though, is everything in between. I think that might be what most people don't think about, is how to flesh out all the small details.
Right.
Like, because it's easy to come up with the big story points, you know, beginning, possibly some of the middle, and then the end. But how do you fill all that rest of that in, you know? Like, what are we going to do? Like, I'm kind of like thinking, like, what am I going to do with Clayface? Like, outside of his original story, and, you know, using him at one point to, you know, it's two bad guys, or it's two bad guys going against the good guys, and then at some point, one of them turns on the other bad guy because
right. But with this, we don't need that.
Yeah.
Right? Because ultimately, the Riddler is old. Right? So the Riddler is old. He's taken on his new name, or his family's name, as, you know, the Rothschilds, right?
Yeah.
So he's Edward Rothschild. You see, like, because his story has ended. It's like one of those Thanos type of things. Like, yo, he's finished his arc. He got all of the stones and he snapped his fingers.
Oh, okay.
Right? So like Batman has been defeated, right? So he's done, and now he's on to, you know.
So basically, because of all the stuff that Riddler did in the past, that's why everything's so bad now. like now. That's why Gotham got so bad.
Well, because Batman isn't like, so Batman was there to kind of keep all that stuff at bay.
Yeah.
Right. The Riddler is only thinking about himself and, you know, his family, just restoring his family's name. He's not really worried about cleaning up Gotham City and, you know, fighting crime. So his hatred for the Waynes is what, you know, ultimately leads him to find out who Batman's true identity is. Right. Because he's just trying to destroy Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
By destroying Bruce Wayne, not fully destroying him, but by getting hold of certain things, he realizes, okay, Bruce Wayne is Batman, right? At that point, his hatred is on, you know, 100,000 trillion. So now he's really trying to take out Bruce Wayne and Batman, right?
Gotcha.
So, so this is his arc, right?
So yeah, so we're done with him. Now, what do we do with Clayface?
Right. So now, now Clayface is really fighting AZ. So Clayface is going to follow his
so my thing is
storyline.
Yeah.
That you talked about.
Yeah.
Where
so
he's with the mob.
Yeah.
And, you know.
Okay.
Stuff goes wrong.
I wonder what we could do outside of that, though, because like what you were talking about with the Riddler, that seems pretty good and fleshed out. We'd have to make the Clayface storyline just as good. So yeah, I mean, we could use what they did with his original story, which I think people that read comics would appreciate, because they're like, all right, you didn't change that character too much. But
right. I think that's the thing with having two villains is that, you know, one villain is not, just like you said with Croc, and okay, you have him as a set piece to like, boom, here, all you action fans want to, you know, get that fight, that good fight, the dark scenery. Look, you're in a Batman movie. Boom, you know, he falls into the sewer and then he fights, you know, Croc and takes Croc to Arkham Asylum or whatever. Yeah. Right. So I feel like with Clayface, only thing we have to do for Clayface is to give him his story. So he's an actor, right? He gets forced into this. He really doesn't want to be in this role. Right. So, so now he's a big, ugly blob. He can't act because he only can hold his shell for a little bit.
Yeah, he can only do it for very little. Yeah.
Right. So
he basically uses that ability just to basically, you know, do more crime. Basically, he just uses his abilities to do bad things at this point, because just to sneak into areas or like to get close enough to someone to assassinate him. That's what Clayface pretty much does. You know, he just uses his abilities for evil at this point.
Right. Now, I feel like he has to be able to hold his form for a lot longer.
Yeah, we could change it that he's been practicing at it over the years, you know, and has been able to hold it longer. You know?
No, even when, like, because, you know, we still got to give him that origin, and, you know, we don't want to put him in a montage, but I want him to be able.
I just imagine a Clayface Rocky montage.
Right. Hearts on fire, strong these. Like, you feel me?
Yeah, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work.
Right, man. Like, you know, I get that, but look, man, I think we can just make his form holding abilities longer, and then put him on like a revenge plot against, you know, the mafia who, you know, made him like that, right? Batman, who is now AZ, he's actually the reason why we even know all of this stuff is going on is because once he found out that Bruce Wayne was telling the truth, is, you know, look, he really is Batman. He wants to clean up Gotham City because his parents were murdered in the very beginning. Like, you guys will see that I already got those images already cooked up, right?
Yeah.
So his parents get murdered just like Bruce Wayne, right? And, you know, so he's kind of wanting to clean up the streets. He believed in Bruce and Batman, and, you know, like, he wants to be a hero and everything like that. So one of the Batman's things is, you know, being a detective. So that's why. So he's on this, you know, journey once he finds out that, okay, look, there's a bat cave and I got all of this equipment and like, you know.
I got two questions to ask then. So I should have asked this a long time ago. I've been blanking. So one, how did AC become Batman at this point? Like, how did that happen? Because we kind of skipped over
so
all
he
that.
takes So like once he,
how did he get? Like, I mean, he kind of had training because his background is. I don't remember what his background is exactly, but basically he's kind of like a League of Assassins, basically. So yeah, he has skills.
I mean, we give him skills, like we give him.
But did Alfred welcome him in?
How do you get the keys? He's gonna have to.
Like, how do you do all that?
No. He didn't get any keys because remember the Riddler pretty much destroyed all of that. So the Wayne Mansion, all of that stuff, Wayne Manor is like kind of condemned. It's kind of forgotten and it's just kind of boarded up. Yeah. So, but the Batcave sits under it. So the Batcave has been maintained because because it's under. No one really But see. The Riddler knew. Remember, the Riddler, that's how he found out, right?
I just feel like somebody would have to let him in because I feel like Batman has so many safeguards and, safety protocols on all his stuff. I mean, did he get in good with, like, Lucius Fox? Did he, Lucius Fox's daughter becomes a thing?
Nah, see, like, I feel like even with the safeguards, even with, all of that stuff, I feel like that stuff has been revealed in his crazy rants. So like whatever, because remember, no one listens.
So he's been coming to interview Bruce this whole time, or
no? He's been taking care of him. Like he's been working as as an orderly in this Arkham Asylum part time.
Okay.
Right, or full time. Look, man, sometimes you gotta work full time, right? So
it has to be part time because remember you said he was like a detective, you said he was like a private investigator or something at the beginning.
Well, that's in stone. That's up in the air.
Okay.
So like that, he's
not in stone. Yeah, it's not in
stone.
Stone.
Right, yeah. So that's not in stone. Yeah. That's just, wherever we need him to get close. But I like him being actually working and spending time to hear all of these stories and all of these details from Bruce Wayne and actually believing them. And that's what, causes him to go to check it out.
Yeah. He's the one person that believed him.
Right.
Okay, so that makes sense. He basically gave him all the passcodes. He's been
right. So he gave him everything. Because he's talking as if he still is Batman.
Now, why did he feel the need to become Batman, this new guy?
Like I said in the beginning, his parents get murdered just like Bruce Wayne's
you did
parents.
say that. Okay.
Yeah, see, so that's what, sends him on.
But why Batman? Why did he become Batman and not stay, AZ? Like, because AZ had his own outfit and stuff that he could do as well, He was kind of like anti-villain.
Right. Now, see, that's where the names that get filled in doesn't matter, right? Like, there's going to be this Batman. So we know that we got Batman Beyond, who is like the futuristic Batman.
Yeah.
Right? This Batman is just an in-between Batman. So
okay. So it doesn't necessarily have to be...
Right. It doesn't have to be...
Got you. That Batman.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be like when you say, well, he has his own this and his own that.
Yeah,
right? This Batman doesn't. Like this Batman is actually someone who just believed Bruce Wayne enough to go and kind of to keep listening to his stories.
Is that one of the twists as well that we find out later? Like the whole time that he was just that orderly that was listening to his stories the whole time? Like you didn't know that was even the guy that became Batman? Like
right, because you don't know. Like so like that's the thing is that you don't know that Batman is in the asylum. Like you don't know any of this, right? So like as you're watching it, like you don't know that that's what's happening and that's what's going on, right? Until the end.
There will be scenes of him talking to like a psychiatrist or anything like that will later on fill in those blanks, or we're just not going to see Bruce at all until the very end.
No. You'll see Bruce, but the way that I'm pulling it from is from A Beautiful Mind. So in A Beautiful Mind, the movie with Kevin Nash.
Let me look at it.
Yeah, so check that out. So in A Beautiful Mind, there are like 4 characters that's not real. I think it's like 4 or 5 characters that don't exist. And this whole conspiracy and plot in this Beautiful Mind movie.
Is it Kevin Nash? Isn't Kevin Nash the wrestler?
Yeah, man. That was a great... That was
isn't he like Kevin Nash, a wrestler? Maybe his name is something else. Let me see.
Oh, yeah. Whatever. This guy's Nash. I know it's Nash. It might be,
okay.
whatever. If you just put in Beautiful Mind and
John Nash, I think.
Yeah, it'll tell you his name.
Yeah, John Nash. That's why. So it was like Kevin Nash. Russell Crowe.
Man. It was man. That was a good movie. But that's what you're gonna find out.
I'm looking at the cover, and it looks like Russell Crowe. Maybe John Nash, an American. Okay, so the story is about a guy. Is based on a guy named John Nash, but the guy who played him was Russell Crowe. Okay.
Yeah. Russell Crowe is the actor. John Nash is
the character, basically, or who it's based on.
The guy. Yeah,
I haven't seen the movie, so that's why I'm lost. Yeah.
Oh no! It was a good movie, but that's what we're drawing from for this twist, right? We're drawing from in that movie, Beautiful Mind. Like a lot of those characters didn't exist because it was all in his head, but you don't find that out.
I mean, it's kind of like the new Joker movie. The new Joker movie did something like that, where he had all these characters or they did exist.
Yeah, but
the scenarios didn't exist. Not the way he had been, envisioning them basically, or making them up, fabricating them. So I had another question. What about Catwoman? At the end of Batman Returns, they show. So at the end of the original Batman, if you see the image behind me, it's basically the camera pans up or whatever. You see Batman and you see the bat symbol for the first time, right? And him looking at it. At the end of the second one, you see the bat symbol. You see Bruce Wayne looking at it, and then they scan up like that, and then Catwoman pops her head up. So is Catwoman going to be in this film at all, or not really? It's too far in the future already.
Not really. Because they were gearing up for her own movie.
They did. They did it too. God damn. But no Michelle.
They did it, but look. Your boy wasn't a part of it, so it did kind of flop.
Michelle was what is it? Michelle Pfeiffer was too busy filming Dangerous Minds or whatever it was called.
Right, but that movie actually takes place in the Catwoman world.
Which one?
The one with Halle Berry.
Halle Berry, yeah.
Yep, it takes place in the Batman universe, right? So,
but not the Tim Burton universe.
Right. Well, without Tim Burton,
It is. It's part of that. It's like a spinoff of that of the schmuck maker.
No, of the Tim Burton, just somebody else.
I don't think Batman and Robin
taking over.
Well, I mean, I see what you're saying. It is all supposed to be the same universe.
Yeah, it's supposed to be the same universe. Like Tim Burton really was supposed to do that as well.
Yeah, because the new universe doesn't even start until Christopher Nolan comes in, right? Like that's the next Batman universe. Because
remember, she goes off. She goes into another town, or she goes somewhere else at the end of Batman Returns. Mm-hmm. So she goes into another place, right? And in the Catwoman with whatever the name is, Halle Berry, there are like clippings of the Catwoman, that we all know, like Michelle Pfeiffer. So like that's how they wanted to tie it all in. It was supposed to be a spinoff from Batman Returns.
So here's my...
But Catwoman...
Yeah.
Even if she made it, like, it wouldn't be, like a big... it wouldn't...
be a cameo. Just be a cameo.
Right. Because like you said, if we have we have the endpoint, we have that twist, and we have our villains, we have our storyline, then we want to be able to, start at one point and bring it all the way, right? And boom, have our crescendo around here, and then have it drop off a little bit right there.
So if anybody in the audience or whatever has any questions for the storyline, feel free to ask us. The other question I had was, is there going to be any kind of love interest in this film at all? Because there always seems to have to be a love interest, which sometimes I feel like shouldn't be in every single movie ever. But that's why I asked about, Selena Kyle. What about Vicky Vale? For some reason, in the second movie, she was just gone. Like that was like for some reason, Bruce Wayne felt like sharing that he was Batman with this chick that he slept with, this reporter. I guess the pussy was good. I don't know.
Right.
But he fucking and just trusted that she would never say nothing ever again, and she didn't. And then the second movie, I think they might have had a line about how she wanted to move to work for a different, newspaper business at a different city or something. I don't know. It would have been cool if they would have mentioned Metropolis way back then. Oh, yeah, she did the Daily Planet now. That would have been pretty cool, actually. But, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, I agree with, like, Bruce Wayne is a playboy, right? He has the chicks, right? But remember, you know, Bruce Wayne is old and he's going through some stuff. So like, there's no time for any women right now, you know, in this story. Since we're not worried about speaking to the Notebook audience, right? Like we're not worried about them.
You mean like the movie, The Notebook?
Right, like yeah. Like look,
he's basically Bruce Wayne is the guy who lost his fucking memory or whatever. What is it? You know, I've never seen that movie. I've never watched it. It sounds too fucking cornball for me.
Oh, The Notebook?
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Look, man, you owe it to yourself.
Yeah.
Does he end up with Gordon's daughter?
Ooh, Batwoman. I mean, well, Batgirl. That's how Batwoman comes to fruition. I don't know.
So, Batman smashing Gordon's daughter?
He definitely in one of the universes smashes Gordon's daughter.
Yeah, the Joker raped her in one.
Yeah,
so,
same. I think that was the same fucking universe. They both got it in.
Yeah. I rock with it. Real love in that movie.
I rock with it. That's for real.
Yeah, man.
For real
that was
love
a good movie,
in that movie.
Yeah, man. The Notebook wasn't a bad movie.
You guys. The only reason I ever wanted to watch The Notebook is because when you bring it up, if you would bring it up around chicks, they would fucking like melt. Oh, you're such a sensitive guy.
Right.
And
it ain't gonna be none of that. It ain't gonna be none of the Notebook in the Tim Burton's Batman 3, nor what is it? The Devil Made Me Do It. I heard that was a love story as well. Like no love stories in
Devil
Gotham
Made Me
City.
Do It. You mean like The Conjuring?
Yeah. That's what I heard. I heard that new one. I heard it was good, but I heard it was like
I have my opinions on it, but
I heard it was like a love story in there. So you know,
well, it's based on a true story. I already knew the story before it happened, but yeah, I don't know about that third Conjuring movie. But we don't have to go into that here.
Right.
The twist is that the Tim Burton Batman universe is part of the Conjuring universe. Yeah.
Right, man. So you know, it's like, look, this is no love stories.
All right. Damn. Not even for the younger Batman? Not even for him, huh?
Look, let's put one in. You want one in there, man?
I don't want one in there, to be honest. I don't know why I'm fucking fighting for it. I do sound like I'd be fighting for that love story.
Look, man, you fighting for it. Look, man, let's go and get him in there, man. All
right, let's think of one.
New villain, new love. Look, man, why not? Man?
I mean, we could do it to where Batgirl is smashing the new Batman. I don't know.
All right. I mean, we could lead it up. So she's not Batgirl yet. Maybe she becomes Batgirl, you know, later on in the line, but she's definitely in play to be Batgirl, right? Mm-hmm. She's kind of helping him out. She's just like Robin in Christopher Nolan's movies.
I hated that
where he doesn't become Robin.
I hated that whole story behind how my nickname is Robin. That's my nickname. I didn't like it. I didn't like that part.
Yeah. So
and you know what? Fuck what I said. No love story. If that's the direction we're going, take it out right now. Get a highlighter. Take that shit out. I don't like it.
No, man, we gotta put some love in the movie, man. The power of friendship and love compels you. Like, oh man.
That's my inner Mati, man. My inner Mati from the fucking Captain Planet. Always thinking about love.
Oh man, yeah.
That shoehorn in of Robin made me gag. That whole movie made me gag. Yeah, to be honest, I didn't even like the Christopher Nolan Batman movies. I only liked The Dark Knight. I fell asleep on Batman Begins in the theater. Fucking fell asleep. I hated it. I didn't like that. And the Dark Knight, what is it? Dark Knight, right? With the Joker?
Yeah.
That one was badass. That's like one of the best comic book movies ever made, right? To this day. That was amazing. But then Dark Knight Rises, oh my God, right back down. They went right back down for me. Hated it.
Yeah, I didn't hate it. I definitely liked moments in it, but I didn't feel like I didn't feel like, look, this was the strong reboot that Batman needed. Like that whole trilogy together as a collection.
Yeah, together. Yeah, it wasn't good. But that one movie, they had one good one. I'll give you that. They had that one good one. Yep.
All right, so we got love. We got some love in Batman now. We gotta have a love interest. We have our key points. Let's see. Oh, Red Hood. Yeah, that would. I mean, like, look, man, you can't go wrong with Batman. Like, you really can't. I think even like that's the glue that holds the DC universe together.
Yeah, that's true. That's exactly right.
You know, like you just can't, man. You can go wrong with the second Wonder Woman. You can go wrong with all those Superman reboots. You know, Aquaman. You know, but look, you keep pumping out different Batmans, and people going to at least give you a chance. You know. So.
Yeah, that's what they're doing with the new line. What is it?
What is that?
Sparkle Boy. The Sparkle Boy.
Patton?
Yeah,
What's
Robert Patterson or something like that.
Yeah, Patterson or something like that.
Something Patterson. Oswald Patterson. I don't know what his name is.
Oswald.
Not Oswald, but yeah, Robert Patterson or whatever. I don't respect him, so I don't learn his name.
Right. I know, man.
Not as Batman. He can do some other things, I guess, but I don't think that he should be Batman.
Yeah, I can't wait to see.
I'll watch it though, but I'll watch it. I'm still gonna watch it. Fucking Batman fan over here.
Yeah. Look, man, I wanted to see Ben Affleck's Batman, man.
Yeah, I wanted to see that too. Like his own movie, you mean? Like it was supposed to be his own movie?
Like the direction that they had during the Batman. What was it? What was it? Batman versus Superman when he first played him?
Yeah, that's when he first played him. Batman v Superman.
Yeah, like that Batman, man. I really like that world, that Gotham City, that whole take on Batman.
It looked like the games, like the Arkham Asylum games.
Yeah, man, it was good. Like I really like that direction.
If they would just brought the story with it, like if they would just brought the story with it, it would have been better.
Yeah, that Justice League, the Snyder edition, I really like that.
So
before then, I didn't like it. No.
Well, I was gonna say something, but it probably wouldn't make sense. I was gonna say, so does Batman? Does it ever seem like at the very end that Michael Keaton, the crazy old man, is he built like? Because like anytime they talk about Batman being old, they always talk about that Ben Affleck look where he's all fucking like this tank of a person at that point. He's old, but he's a tank of a guy. Is he gonna be like a tank?
No, I would get like it's gonna be like Michael Keaton from Birdman.
Now.
Like look, like the
like real old man. Yeah, the reason I asked is I was like, is Batman? Does it ever seem like he ever is gonna come back and fight for his title? Is he ever gonna become Batman again, or he's just this crazy old dude now?
Yeah, he's just a crazy old dude.
It's just sad.
Yeah, I know. Look, that's the direction. That's the direction we had to go.
Yeah, I knew from the beginning that it was gonna be sad, but man.
I knew that was going to be. Yeah, man. Look, man. I'm trying to get people to cry in this one, man. Like,
people said I'm waiting for the Red Hood movie. Looks like Titans is finally doing it as well in a season or this season. I haven't seen Titans. So Titans is a WB, I guess like Teen Titans live action show. I haven't watched it, so I guess they're gonna use it in there.
No, I haven't watched it either.
Mm-hmm.
And that's with all like the crazy looking people.
They're just. I mean, I don't know if they're crazy looking, but you mean like
the superheroes? Like
yeah,
one of them. Man,
yeah. One's green, one's like orange. Yeah, Teen Titans basically. Yeah, I like the show.
Oh, all the villains. Okay,
but I haven't seen the. Titans is good, man. All the villains that don't get screen time are put in. I mean, I think I have a streaming service. I'll watch it eventually. We'll see. Just I've lost a lot of faith in WB TV shows. Like I was really excited for Green Arrow when it first came out, and then they just ran that shit into the ground. So yeah, but we'll see.
No, I haven't watched any of those. I haven't even watched The Flash, which I heard was good.
I don't watch The Flash either. For some reason, it just didn't grab my interest. But everybody says it's really good.
or I haven't watched The Punisher. So there's a few of them. Those type of
I watched The
movies.
Punisher. The Punisher and Daredevil were extremely well.
Yeah,
Daredevil was
I haven't
really
watched
really
that.
good. Punisher season 1 was pretty good. Punisher season 2 kind of sucked.
Yeah. See, I haven't seen.
I did see Black Lightning. I liked Black Lightning because of the cheese factor, I think. But then they started getting really dumb to where it wasn't even like I don't know, amusingly good to me anymore. It was just kind of like not good at all. So I was putting up with Black Lightning for a while, but I had to drop it.
He said, "Look, man, I was done with that."
Yeah.
I want to see Loki.
Loki.
I don't have Disney Plus, so I don't know how I'm going to see it, but that looks interesting.
You sound like you're thinking about bootlegging.
Look, by any means necessary.
All right. Well, I mean, is there anything else we need to go over on this story? What else? Any blanks we got to fill in? What's going on here?
All right, let's see. Let's see what we got so far. We have our villains. We have our twist, right? We have that. Look, this is going to be sad. Like, be prepared. Go ahead.
I got a question. What in particular drove him to lose his mind this way? Was it just all the hits he took to his head? Was it
No, so it has to be
something that happened, like an event?
Something that involved the Riddler, right? Because remember, the Riddler's arc is that he wins, right? This first,
Well, maybe,
Go
sorry.
ahead.
Maybe that one riddle that he didn't solve or that he didn't solve in time got a bunch of people killed. And that's also when Clayface gets, like we said previously, that's when Clayface, basically Batman fails.
Yeah, but I want Clayface to actually be a villain for this new Batman.
Okay.
So that way, because remember, like they're old, like, Bruce Wayne is old. Like he is Michael Keaton's age right now, which we can look it up to see, but like he's old, like, which, Batman wasn't no spring chicken back when Batman Returns.
I don't know. How old was he? I'm going to look it up.
Yeah.
I think he was, I don't think he's as old as you thought. As you think.
Man, I know he's not 45.
Nah, he was I think he was in his 30s, but I could be wrong. I mean, let's find. Flip a coin. Let's flip a coin. Let's see.
Yeah, Batman Who Laughs Now.
Oh, I've heard about that. Let's see.
Yeah, I had to check that out to kind of see. Check it out. Check out Michael Keaton to see what his age is, and that way we can.
All right.
How old is he now? I mean, that'll give us.
Yeah, I don't know how old he is. All right, so he was born.
He's like 70, though.
He was born in 1951.
So
how old was Michael Keaton?
30s,
okay. Oh shit, he was
9 years older than
he was 40. He was in 92. He was 40 when he filmed that movie. Looked pretty good for 40.
Yeah.
And the original
Arnold Schwarzenegger was 40, and when he did Terminator 2, like,
wow.
Man, these guys was looking good.
Okay.
So how old is he now, Michael Keaton? Like,
I'm not good at math.
He's like 7. I know he's like either 70 or 69.
I can look it up.
Yeah.
He's 69 years of age. Hell yeah. I would be like going around saying 69? 69?
All right, there we go. So Batman in this will be 69. And he's gonna. We could even make him a little bit older, but he's definitely gonna be. He's up there. He's like 69 and crazy, like one of the old guys that you can go down to your local bus stop, your bus station, and see Batman down there. Like, answer your telephone.
It's not even that.
Answer your telephone.
That old when you compare him to like Jack Nicholson. He's like 48. I mean, no,
Ooh.
84. 84.
There we go. That's
84.
Jack Nicholson. But like we said, I mean, look, Batman been fighting crime, so of course he's not gonna, he's not gonna. His body shouldn't be like Val Kilmer. You feel me? He shouldn't look like how Val Kilmer looks right now.
Oh, you mean no? Val Kilmer looks like shit right now. You mean do you mean
Nah, I mean Val Kilmer right
Val
now.
Kilmer?
Like,
Have you seen him? God.
Yeah, no, that's my point. That's my
Damn.
point. That Batman shouldn't look how Val Kilmer looks right now. You feel me?
Okay, yeah. Okay, I got you.
You know, being old.
That you were getting names confused, but okay.
Nah. Like, just imagine if he looked like that. You know, he like got the dad belly. Like, look, man.
Big Real says Val had throat cancer. Yeah, but that's not what did it to him because he got through all that. And he just basically let himself go, man.
Look, let's give him. I wouldn't mind giving Bruce Wayne throat cancer. Like, it doesn't matter. But the whole idea is that he isn't, he isn't the Batman from the animated series. You feel me? Like, look, this guy's not pushing 240. He's 6'2", 240 pounds, ready to go into the UFC. Like, nah, man, this Batman is worn down. So yeah, man. It's definitely going to be sad, right? The reveal, like, but that's I feel like no matter. Go ahead.
Why did you feel the need to take this third Batman in this direction?
Well, I feel like Tim Burton was going to go down a dark path. I don't know if he was going to kill Batman or what. Like, I don't know how dark it was going to get, but I knew that it was going to get dark, and I knew that that's why they took him off of the Batman project, right? It was like,
because he was going darker and darker.
Yeah, because not only Batman 2, right? Batman 2, but when he turned in that Batman 3 script, I know that they was like,
there was a Batman 3 script. Was there a Batman 3 script?
Yeah.
What? Yeah. I didn't even know that was.
Yeah, he was working. Yeah, he was working on it, and then they just told him they was trying to convince him not to do it. And then he was like, all right. So then he get producer's credits on Batman Forever, but he didn't have anything to do with that at all.
Yeah, I'm seeing something.
He got paid off of it, but yeah. But it was going to be dark. Because Two-Face was going to be in there. Billy D was supposed to play. Marlon Wayans was supposed to play Robin. Like, it was already
Marlon Wayans was going to be Robin? Wow.
Yep. Yeah. Like, so like, a lot of the groundwork was already laid down for it, but they was like, nah, man, this is too dark. So that's why I wanted to go in this direction, because
you wanted to beat him to the punch and make it even darker. It made me sad. This is not the direction I should have thought about this more. Like, so when we had these conversations about movies over WhatsApp, it would usually go that he would come up with a great idea, and then I would, put input here and there. And then lately it's been like, it's either half and half, or I've come up with the idea and then he puts in the input. This time I was like, let him take the reins, and I'll just put it. Man, now I feel like I should have came up with my own story. Not bad. It's just, I don't know if I would have went this sad for Batman.
Right.
Yeah.
Nah, man, look. I mean, but Batman still lives on, right? We got this new Batman, so
yeah, yes we do.
So and he's being restored. Like, there's a restoration.
The only thing is that,
yeah, so, it's definitely dark.
I know you said that the Batman could just be any other guy at this point, whoever that orderly was. But when you said that AC guy, Azazel or whatever,
yeah,
he's the one he actually loses his mind in the process and becomes way too violent and is like a terrible Batman. Like, he starts killing people and shit. So he loses the Batman way. But then when you said that doesn't necessarily have to be that guy, it could just be somebody else.
Right. I like that. Like, I like because the main thing that's going to happen is at the end, remember, is the twist. So, that twist is that, Bruce Wayne is no longer Batman. He's actually in the asylum, right? Mm-hmm. So that is going to be a twist. So, everything that happens all the way in between and leading up to it, like, that's fair game. Like, that's all fair game. But, I don't want it to be like those Tyler Perry movies that seem like they have 1,000 endings. It's like, man, this movie should have ended. Like, I just watched a movie like that. I can't remember what movie it was. But
the Snyder Cut kind of did that too, where, like, you guys just need to end. Like, I like the movie overall, but they did do too many endings.
Right.
So
yeah.
the movie ends, and they're all united. And the movie ends again when you see the Martian Manhunter.
Right.
And then the movie ends again when you see this alternate universe or something with the Joker and Batman. It's like too many endings.
Yeah, but nah, man, it's some movies that's even worse than that. Like,
for real?
Like where the movie ends, but then there's like 30 more minutes left. There's like 20, 30 more minutes.
Like, wrap it up.
Movie. Like, man, y'all movie ended. What's up with this? Like, yo, this is 20 minutes of part 2.
Yo,
like,
could we get this movie? Check this shit out. I'm a screen share.
All right, yeah, go ahead.
This is what we need in our lives. Let's see. You see this?
Boom, yeah, I can see it.
It's full screen. I wish this would have happened.
Right.
Fucking what is it? Michael Keaton and Christopher Reeves. World's finest.
Right. Look, man,
dope.
Cook it up.
That would have been dope, but
look, man. Maybe that's the next one.
Maybe you know what? Maybe that'll be my Batman 3.
Right. Yeah.
We're gonna have to do I'm gonna have to edit this one and then make a second part and edit them all together.
Right, man. Right. I think you should. I think you should do that happier. Look at man, both of them smiling. You know, like
well, it's not gonna be happy. It's just not gonna be. It's gonna be somewhere in between.
Right.
Also, we got to bring in. Well, we got to bring back. What is it? Is it Alicia Silverstone?
Oh man.
Got to bring her sexy ass back.
Yeah. You're not playing, man. Like,
especially back then, man. Had to be my first crush on the movie Crush. She made this movie called Crush when I was like 12 or 13 or something like that. Man, I didn't know what emotions I was having, but I felt crazy as a chick in the movie. So the movie's called Crush, and it was like my first crush on her, and she was crazy.
Yeah, see? Look, man, throw her in there. Look, man, I can't wait for this K-pop Batman 3 you cooking up.
Nah, it's not gonna be that lighthearted. It just ain't gonna involve fucking Batman getting Alzheimer's. It's not gonna involve Batman fucking not forgetting how to fucking peeing in a bedpan or nothing. It's not gonna be the Patzer cut. Patzer got this man taking shits in bedpans and fucking trying to remember to take his meds. Holy shit. I thought we were going to see a return to form from Michael Keaton over here. Holy man. Shit.
He said, yo, man, this is sad. Yeah, man, I can't wait, man. Look, man. Yeah. It's definitely going to be dark. Be ready.
All right.
You know? And
prepared.
Yeah, definitely be prepared. And like that's what I want. I want you to, walk away from it like man, yeah, they wouldn't have sold no toys with this.
Hell yeah, it would have been. They didn't put the toys on the shelf. They were like, cancel that order to China. We don't need. Don't let them waste none of that plastic.
Yeah, you feel me? Like I want it to be like a long form of like Catwoman's origin story.
I feel like they would have action figures of the Schindler's List movie before your cut of Batman.
Look, man, just imagine. I mean, just go back to like, you watching Batman Returns, and this girl, like, the boss is hitting on her, and then, like, he couldn't get inside, so he just kills her. Like, like, is she dead? Like, yeah, man. Or like, you give birth to a deformed baby. Like, just throw him in the sewer. Like, man. Like, I'm telling you, man. Tim Burton wasn't playing, man.
I mean, I guess he was pretty dark. I think Selena Kyle got killed because I think her boss is coming on her, or maybe she just heard too much.
Yeah,
but I think he also had a thing for her, and it wasn't really going to go his way, so he pushed her ass out that window and basically tried to kill her.
Yeah. He was sexually harassing her, then he killed her. You feel me? And then, like, the baby kick off with the baby. Baby didn't even have a chance. Like, it wasn't even the baby's fault that it was, you feel me? deformed. They just like, yo, man, just toss it in the sewer. Like, yo, man, just let the baby fend for itself. Like,
it's definitely not going to be produced by the WB Cinematic Universe. That's out. This has to be a movie at this point now.
yeah, man. So like, so that's what inspired, that's what inspired this dark, this grim tale.
All right.
And like I said, like, yo, like you're gonna know, like, just from my opening images, you're gonna know that, like, yo, okay, this is gonna be dark. Like, so
I'm gonna have to write a my own version. But the only thing is, with Batman, it's hard. It feels like it would be easy, but it's hard to do something that they haven't already done, and to not make it go the way the Snyderverse is going, where it's just all action and popcorn flick. Mm-hmm. So that's the hard part. Okay.
Yeah.
So, was there anything else? Any other points we had to touch on?
No, I think we have our points that you guys, we're going to see Clayface, we're going to see the Riddler, we're going to see a new Batman. So I think we have our points.
Right.
So yeah, man, like I'm definitely excited about this one.
Yeah.
Look, man, get the Visine ready, guys. Like, look, man.
It's just funny because I came in super excited to hear what the story was, right? I was like, I don't got nothing. I don't have nothing. It was usually stuff just pops in my head, but it's either been done or not. But then this would not have popped in my head.
Right. Look, man, this is where we had to go in order to be original. In order to, go somewhere where no one has gone before.
Definitely original. I do like the whole Batman being at the insane asylum at the end. It's just, I think it's one thing to say it and then one thing to like write it out,
Right.
So kind of like, how would we get there? I could see it being a good film though. Just the execution would have to like, there's just so many moving parts you'd have to work on.
Yeah.
To get there.
That's what's going to be the hard part is actually making it flow.
Yeah, and then it's kind of like, is that the true ending, or is it going to be open-ended, kind of like the Inception movie, where you're like, whoa, is that really the ending, or was all that a dream or something?
Right,
I don't know. Is it going to do that, or is it going to be definitely the ending?
Yeah, it's definitely Bruce. This is where Bruce is. You feel me? I'm not letting up on that.
Not sugarcoating it at all.
Yeah. Like
Patzer came into the office. Now give me my $3 million, my $50 million to make this.
Right. Like, yeah, man. Like, I definitely, I want that to kind of sit with people, but just know that, okay, Batman still lives on, right? Like Batman is still living on, but I want that part of reality in there, where, look, man, your favorite superheroes, your heroes in life, like, yo, man, they don't,
they're people too, basically, right?
You're right, exactly. They're people too, like, just like when Figaro was talking about Val Kilmer having cancer, having throat cancer, like, and that kind of alters, like, his, just the surgery and all of that kind of alters, and maybe that even, who knows if, look, he didn't feel like working out and do all that stuff. Yeah. But just imagine if that was Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Just the same thing with Christopher Reeves. We know how he ended up. He was Superman, and what happened to him? Yeah. Up until then, people pretty much thought, this guy is Superman, just because based off the character. But
and I think that those that documentary, like the Tupac and the Biggie, has something to do with this as well, because I just remember like yo, them feeling like superheroes and feeling like they was just larger than life, and then boom, man, for them to just get taken out over, I really feel like Biggie was taken out over just a crazy fan, just over, a crazy Tupac fan that happened to be a part of the LAPD.
Yeah, they seemed untouchable, and then you just saw how vulnerable they were at the end of the day.
How vulnerable. And I think that's what this movie, is with me, like that thing of having your heroes vulnerable. I think that's what is coming to this, you know, in that way that you feel like, yo, Bruce Wayne, like, yo, this is his.
This is where he ends up. His lifelong, decades of service. Holy shit. I think he had it all planned out, and then Patzer said it out loud, and he was like, what have I done to poor Bruce Wayne over here?
Look, man, nah, I was going to kill him, but Jesus. I think this is better. Like,
God damn. He's like, what's worse than death? Holy shit.
Right, man. I think this is better, man. So yeah, man. I like it, man.
All right. We'll let you know if you got the job in the next 2 to 3 weeks. We'll give you a call back.
Right. I probably won't be making Batman. They're like, man, you'll never work in this town again.
Holy shit. All right, when are we going to do the next one of these movie things where we do either Jiu-Jitsu Cops or your Mogwai movie?
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Look, man, whenever and whatever you want, I'm good. I'm game. You know, I like this. This is kind of like, you know, just a good exercise to get these ideas out. So,
yeah, you got to get them out, basically, yeah.
Right.
That's how I felt when we did the Edward Scissorhands one. Definitely stuff I would have never said out loud. It just kind of stays in your head, or it's like not a coherent idea. But it's fun to, you know, wherever it ends up, it's fun to just build something out of it and create a story. That's the
I really liked it, man. I really like that. I really like the Edward Scissorhands.
Well, I mean, even this, like what I'm saying, it's fun just to get your ideas out, and just the fun part is building the story wherever it may lead, you know.
Right. Even back Bruce Wayne.
I just keep imagining. The reason I keep laughing is because I keep imagining him on the bedpan, and it has the fucking bat logo on the bottom of it.
He's like, I used to be Batman, and no one believes him. Like, he's telling these stories.
That would be terrible, wouldn't it? Like nobody believes him.
Right. Like, yeah, man, whatever, man. Yeah, whatever, man. Yeah, he Batman. People they looking for Batman. Where's Batman? Yeah, man. So.
All right. Well, you want to leave it there?
Yeah, man. I think this is perfect. Like I said, I'm gonna do the speed run next week. So, you know, definitely, I'm gonna do it live on Twitch, so that way, you know, we can just have it. I might not do it live. That way, I won't have to answer questions.
Got you. That way, it doesn't fuck up your flow.
Yeah. But I don't know. I'm gonna do it either way. So
you could do it. Just don't answer nobody. Just ignore the hell out of everyone.
Right, man. So, but
all right.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
All right, so we'll look forward to that. I'll link your Twitch to my video whenever I post this, and that way they know where to find you.
Yeah. If not, it'll be on YouTube. But ultimately, join Bam's Discord.
Yeah.
It's in his Twitch link. So find as Esteban_979. So those of you who are listening to this on the Artistry of, right? You listen to it there. Find Esteban's Twitch page and join his Discord. And then that way you guys will get first access to when it's dropped. Other than that, you're going to have to wait until Wednesday or Thursday when I post my episode.
Yeah, which is probably, I don't know, about 3 or 4 days from now, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But that one will be this episode. So
got you. All right, guys. If we're good, I can outro us. All right, guys. This has been the Bamcast. I'm hoping to do one of these, podcasts every Saturday. At this point, it wasn't planned. I was trying to do these podcasts during the week, but it seems like everyone's more available on Saturday mornings. Today's actually Sunday because we missed Saturday. But we'll just pick it up from here, hopefully next Saturday. And talk to y'all next time.
That down up, 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 that push that down, up, that push that down, up, down, 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 up, that push that down, up, that push that down, up, that push that down, up, that push that.
There we have it. We have the episode. It was a good episode, like I said. We got a chance to really jump into my ideas. But like I said, we're going to be doing part 2. It's like the Avengers Endgame in whatever. What was the I don't know if it was called Endgame 1 and Endgame Infinity Wars and then Endgame, right? So that's like part 1 and part 2, or Harry Potter part 7, part 1. Harry Potter part 7, part 2, right? So we're going to be doing another one, which I'm excited for. So with this way, we can hear Esteban's take on it. So that's going to be good. That's going to be good. And I feel like next week we'll be talking about life and what is it called? Social media experts, right? Which I'm no social media expert in the sense that there's people who have millions of followers and millions of subscribers, and I only have like 100 subscribers, and I probably have like maybe 20 followers, right? So I'm no expert, but I am an expert on being a human being. So we're just going to look. We're going to look at it from just being a human being and just looking at it from my vantage point and kind of figure out, okay, what's going on? Because I feel like, and we'll get into it, like if you're only looking at the winners, you get an idea, you can get a misrepresentation of the picture. So if we look at the whole thing as a whole, if we look at it holistically, that's how they would say it, there's going to be a different model. It's going to be a different image. So if we say, all right, there's maybe in each category, there's going to be three superstars. So in the Tekken social media space, or however you want to call it, there's going to be 3 big Tekken people, and then under them you're going to get the different. You're going to get maybe 4, 5, 6, and 7, all the way down. I would say all the way until you reach me, which, like I said, I would say off of Tekken, I think I probably have maybe 1 or 2, let's say 10. Let's say I have 10 people who subscribe to me and who follow me because of Tekken. 10 or less. So with me being 10 or less, then there's somebody under me, right? So you got, so whatever number I am. So I think in the Tekken rating, like I know at some point I worked my way up to in the top 6,000, maybe 10,000 or something like that. But there's all the way until you reach 1 million. So maybe in the YouTube world, or in the social media guru world, influencer world, maybe I'm number billion, right? I'm number 1 billion. So you got number 1, whoever that may be, and me, 1 billion, and everybody in between, right? So we'll get into that next week. But until then, you guys have a good week. Be patient. I think that's what we all have to be patient, right? As we go and try to climb and try to get to our different destination points. Look, I want $1 billion. Hey, I I just want to get a new car. I just want a girlfriend, right? So no matter whatever it is what you want, or you want a boyfriend, no matter whatever it is that you want, be patient. No matter where you are in relationship to obtaining that goal, just practice patience, right? We all have things that we want, and each day we're getting either closer, or no matter what, we're getting closer to, I would say, a vision. Whether it's, so if it's the vision of me having a new, or having $1 billion, right? Each day I'm getting closer to that vision. Or if within that vision I'm saying like, man, I really can't think of how I'm gonna get $1 billion, but maybe if I can just get 10,000. So I'm getting closer to that, right? And maybe if I get closer to the 10,000, that'll help me get closer to the $1 billion. And then on my way to getting closer to that 10,000, I say, look, man, I'm just trying to, let's just get close to $100, right? So then boom, now I'm getting closer to that $100, and maybe I'll start getting close to the 10 grand. It'll get close to the 100 grand, it'll get close to the million, and so forth, right? So no matter what it is that we want, just be patient, keep working towards it. So just keep trying. Whatever it is, just keep trying. So I'm going to leave you with that one. And Reese's Pieces.
Really? That's so sweet of you.
Well, hop on to my flying Nimbus, because we really should get going.
You mean I can actually ride on this thing without falling?
Well, sure, but you do have to have a pure heart.
Oh, that's okay. When your dad's the Oxy King, you always behave well.
I'ma kick back and have a good time. Drama free, that's how I live my life. Inhale high, enjoying the vibes. Got no time for bullshit in my life. I'ma kick back and have a good time. Drama free, that's how I live my life. Inhale high, enjoying the vibe. Got no time for bullshit in my life. Super Saiyan with this flow. Like Vegeta, my heart stay cold. Smoking on that Saiyan dope. Feeling like I'm on a Nimbus cloud, yo. I just want it all, I just wanna ball. Wanna go to the mall, not care about the cost. Puffin' on the dopest dope, in a sweet or raw. Hella high, singing catchy songs. My mind stay floating. Smoking on this potent. Got my mind constantly going. Has me going slow motion. Wanna be sipping Arizona tea, rolling up the finest weed. In San Diego, by the beach, living how I should be. I'm just trying to live my life, so my blunt and stay lit. Fuck all the drama, that's my mindset. Feeling good, just vibing. You can catch me smiling. I'm up in the clouds, I'm flying. Got no time for no bullshit or lying. I'ma kick back and have a good time. Drama free, that's how I live my life. Inhale high, enjoying the vibes. Got no time for bullshit in my life. I'ma kick back and have a good time. Drama free, that's how I live my life. Inhale high, enjoying the vibes. Got no time for bullshit in my life. Let's go, man. Fuck all that drama shit. Take me to my paradise. Give me some video games. Give me some double cheeseburgers. Give me some good ass weed. And let's go.